last session what we studied was related to inference. That's about a keyword called var. That part we studied. Okay, so first we'll start off with generics. Generic means non-specific, or it is called universal. And you can apply this to methods as a if it is applied to method, then it is called generic. If it is applied to class, it is called generic class. Comes to advantages of generic. We have reusability, maximize portability, improve performance, time memory, editing and modification easy. These are different advantages of what generic. Now, let's uh, example to understand what is the implement part we have. Hope you remember we discussed about method overloading. So in method overloading, we studied that I call one method show sending 19 as parameter, which is integer. Show 12.2 double as parameter. Show character as parameter. Show true as parameter. That definition you can just recollect what we studied. That more than one method having same name differs in type, count, and kind of parameters. Then it is called method overloading. In this example, all methods are same. All methods are same. Count is also same. Integer, double, character, boolean. But types are different. Types are different. So this is what we studied about method overloading. And to make this program successful, I have to write 4 method bodies. It means I have to write 4 method definitions. 4 method definitions. One method with integer, one method with double value, one method with character, one method with boolean. So I have to write 4 methods. So if I write a method of double, then that method is going to work only for double. That is what the meaning is about specific type. If it is integer, it works for only integer. If I say boolean, it works only for boolean. If I say character, it works only for character. But what is it you're looking for? We want it to work for multiple types. So you have to create a method with parameter of non-specific type. Then how would you create? This is the process. Go for it. I write public static sum, get n your non-specific p parameter. So I just give non non-specific method non-specific method p. What is p? I gave for my understanding n. N for me is non-specific. You're not sufficient with n, you like add one more ns non-specific. You're not happy with ns, you want to have your own understanding, yeah, you can write u for universal. You're not happy with you can change g global. You're not happy with this, you can say t template. Anything is fine there. Even I'm not saying that should be capital letter. Only for understanding, I use the alphabet called N for understanding. It has non-specific. Non-specific. Then another story. What is it? But when I write N, it's not recognizing what is N. Still it is error. It's giving error. It's an error. Could not be found. Build, check the error, you'll get idea. Already showing 4 errors. Yes. Cannot convert int to n, cannot convert double to n, cannot convert character to n. All. Problem is n. It's not identified. Now we should make compiler understand that n should work as data type. And that too for different data type. And that you can explain here. After method name in angle bracket, right n over. Problem is solved. Done. All errors are gone. Now if method is sending integer, n becomes integer, so this becomes integer parameter. If sending double, n becomes double, so it becomes double parameter. Like that, it starts working. Now run the code, problem is solved. One method will take care of all types of values. Simple. One method will take care of what? All types of values. Successful. Yes. So see the code reusability now. Okay, another part. What if I write specific also? Void show int p console.writeline from specific method press p. The only thing to notice is how this show will behave now. This first show, this show I'm saying, because earlier when there was no specific parameters, it went to non-specific method. Now I wantedly have written a method with non-specific and specific both. Now, interesting thing to see is where does it go? Will it go to specific method or will it go to non-specific method? Let's run the code. By the output, will come to a conclusion. And remember, when non-specific and specific both are available, priority is always specific. 96 from specific method, remaining all from non-specific. One is from specific and three are from non-specific. One specific, three non-specific. Now, exactly same way, let's go a little further. Now what I do is, now I write like this. Show 1223, two parameters. Show 10, single parameter. Show three parameters. Show 89, 45, 76, 22. Four parameters. Order and all doesn't matter. Only that how you write is important. First write four, then two, then one, then three. Now I should write one method for all this because method name is same. I say method name is same. Count differs, but types are same. One four, one one two, one one, and one three. So it's like now what do you find? It's like around we have different parameters. Count is different, I mean to say, but types are same. How do you write this? Obviously, as you know very well, we will static void show params array over gone. Program is done for each int element in ARR console dot write element plus blank space console dot write. Control F done. Yes. 4213 accessed. All elements are accessed. Just write for each one. But now issue arises. Now. What is the issue? What if I write show 8.3, 5.2, show 9.2? Because these are double parameters. You made your method as specific. It's going to respond only for integer type. So make it non-specific so that it can work for any type. And non-specific. Remove int, write non-specific array. Remove int and write an element. Done. Over. Now the method is going to work for any count and any type of parameter. Interesting thing. Any count, any type of parameter. Yes. First four methods are of integer, last two methods are of double. That's it. This is about generic param array. Now interesting thing. Now, what is it? What if I have a method like this? Show. First I'll write Ahmed and then I'll write 18900.22. Name self. Two things again. Okay. Second thing. Again I'll write show character male and I'll give something like called better I'll give like yeah, name ID, gender, and understand. What do you notice here in this example? Two methods have two methods. Both of them are having same. Both methods are having same, and both methods are having uh, same count of parameter count is also same. But types are different. First method has string integer, and second has first one. What did I say? String integer. Second one I said character and double. That is what the story is. Two parameters each of okay. So now same name, same count, but type is different. So how do you write generics for this now? How do you write generic method for this? Go on top. I enter static void show n n I n console dot write line I equals to plus I plus j equals to plus j. Two parameters. Both are of non-specific, but still you see error is coming. Why? Problem is this method has two parameters of different types. First one is string. So n works for string, means total method is going to work for string. I is string, j is string. Second method, second, first character, first parameter is character. So total method is going to work for character only. That is wrong. Because when you have different types of parameters, you are supposed to have two generic variable, one non-specific, one I give with n, one I represent with u. For me, n is non-specific, for me, u is universal. Yes, now it works. N works for string, u works for integer. First line, first method call. Second method call, n works for character, u works for double. Yes, two methods of different types. N, u. Compile and check again. Build. Successful. Run. Yes, you will get the value. Done. Now, how would you go for this one? If I want to calculate sum, I want to find sum of values. Do one thing. Here, first I give show 19, 8.2, 5.3. Show 2.2f, comma 7.2f. What did you do now? You're sending two integers, two double, to float. Now you want to go for calculation. We have a rule. First, I'll show you normal code. Static void show generic n ni n j n k k equals I plus j. Console dot write line sum is plus k. And remember one thing: generic variables you cannot use for you cannot use in mathematical expression. Generic variables you cannot use in mathematical expression. It's already giving error. I plus j is error. Yes. Operator plus cannot be applied. Then how would you do? Oh, then we have many things. Old techniques first I'll show you. Old techniques. Now in old techniques, one technique is working with specific type. How? Int A word 2 into 32 I same code B into C to plus B here into B into C and sum is plus. Same code you want to make even for double also. Copy this, change all this integer to double. Convert to double. Change your parameter. Double I, double J, double K, and here you can say, sorry, I already there na, so better X, I'll change X, Y, Z, X plus Y, and last में sum is Z. Then what do you need? Two float values also we have. Float values. This is double float. For float, change all this into float. Change this in 32 to single. Done. Finally, I made three logics available here. One for integer, one for double, one for float. Now when I call this method, 1923, if I call, remember all three logics will work for us. Conversion rate will work. First 1923 works for integer, same 1923 works for double, same 1923 works for float. It means 9 answers you'll get now. Control F5. 9 answers. See. First method, 3 answers. Second method, 3 answers. Third method, 3 answers again. That's what the difference you see here. Do you understand? That's the difference. But I want them to work for specific type. If integer, only integer should work. That is the reason why we use if I of int is equal to type of n else if equals to type of n. If type of load is the type of n. Now we are going to work for specific type. If integer, only integer logic will work. If double, only double logic. Now you get exact three answers. Three answers. Yes. For integer, for double, and for float. Specific. Three methods, three results. That's it. But another point, another little lengthy. I agree. Coding is little lengthy because similar code we have written many times. Changing conversion method. If you look into the code, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23 lines of code we have written for three types of calculation. First, we'll try to reduce this code. Second logic I'm showing. And what is the code? Object A equal to I. Object B equal to H. Object C equal to 0. Now, because already data is stored, I don't need these two lines. Conversion variables you remove. And from everywhere I'm saying. Remove from everywhere. Conversion gone. But already 6 lines of code is reduced. Okay. Now, here, remove this data type. Just say int c equal to. Here also c equal to. Here also c equal to. Common variable. And here everywhere you are supposed to say a plus b. Here also say a plus b. Since everywhere answer is stored in only one variable, then why do you write respective output statement? Cancel out. Write only one output statement. This one I'll write. Okay, come down. Task manager. Because however, any sum result will be through C only. I place common dot right line. Now, another interesting thing to learn this is since you have only one statement in each question, why do you unnecessarily put for bracket? Delete. Unnecessary. Line statement of no use when you put logic. Yeah. Now, it's not a position to calculate a plus b everywhere. You should go with typecasting. Integer, integer. Here, double, double. Here, float, float. Yes. Now that was 24 lines of code. Now if you see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But half of the code it is reduced. Half of the code. Right? Come. Success, control F5. Now what Microsoft has done, this is also lengthy only. This is also lengthy, no doubt. Now what Microsoft has done from C# .NET 4.0, Microsoft introduced one special keyword to deal with this. To deal with this. And that keyword is dynamic over C equal A plus. That's it. Total program now reduced to only 4 lines. Control F5, same output. Before 4.0, those two logics we used to apply, whichever I've shown you just now. But from 4.0, a drastic change in the coding part, drastic change. Dynamic keyword will take care. That is how generic methods will work in C#. Okay, exactly same way we'll get down to work with next part of generics, which we call as generic class. Generic class. It means whatever members you write in a class, whatever members you write in a class, including parameters, local variables, return types, everything connecting to generic class will be generic, will be non-specific. So I don't write complex code and make you confused of it. I better come up in a simple way to explain you what is the story of generic class. Right? And how do you create generic class? That is important. How do you create a generic class? What is the approach? What logic you apply? Yeah. So first, delete all this, delete all this, go on top, go on top, class. This is normal demo class, normal class, normal class. But how to make it generic then? How do you make this class as generic? Simple. After class name, in angle bracket, if I write n, anything in place of n, anything, some write n, some write e, for them T is template, some write U, for them universal, some write G, global. I felt convenient in writing n so that you can understand as non-specific. Over generic class. But how do you explain that n should work for so and so data type? Create two objects now. Demo in object 1 equal to new constructor demo character object 2 new demo constructor. One works for integer, one works for character. It means object 1 works for this class for integer type. Object 2 works for this class for character type. So one integer and one character. Take n ARR. This is non-specific array. It means for object 1, n becomes integer array. For object 2, n becomes character array. Means array variable is one only, but depending on type what you mentioned, that n is deciding what type of array it is. If object 1 is specified with int, so that array is going to work for int. I'm not declaring two array variables, I'm declaring one array variable asking to behave depending on data type. Now I want to create array of 5 locations here with 3 locations. CTOR constructor int size AR equals to new n of size array created. For object 1, integer array created of size 5. For second object, array is created of size 3. Now, you want to store data? Go for int index equal to 0, index less than 5, index plus obj1 4 index plus index plus n. Yes, this is for storage. For int index equal to 0, index less than 3, index plus plus obj2 dot store index index plus 65, and you go with casting as well, so that it will store characters. Write a method here. Public void store integer index il, right, I, and n element. Simple. ARR of I equal to element. It means that this method will be called for 5 times, and it will store 0, 10, 1, 11, 2, 12, 3, 13, 4, 14. Like that it will send. One will work for index, one will work for element. After that, again same method it will call. It will send 0 alphabet, 1 alphabet, 2 alphabet, like that. Now you want to display now int index equal to index plus that 3, index plus plus console dot write line obj1 dot display of ind. This should respond for 5 characters. Sorry, 5 numbers. Second part, for int index equal to 0, index less than 3, index plus plus console dot write line obj2 dot display of index. Go on top. Public n display int I, return ARR of 5. That's over. That's it. All errors are gone. That's it. Compile. Yes, successful. Run the code. Yes, 5 times integer, 3 times character. This is how you work with generic class. Acha, and another interesting thing. Will it support even for strings object type data? Yes, answer is yes, 100% positive. I can send strings, I can string integers, I can string characters, everything. You want to check that also? Try. Demo object 3 new demo string 2 strings. That's it. Not more. 2 strings. Okay. Chalo, right. Now, now I'll call that method. For strings I'll call. For index equal to 0. Index less than 2. Index plus plus. Object 3 dot store index comma. I'll write like this. Sharif. So Sharif plus the index plus 1. Just for understanding I'm giving. Now input goes like this now. Input 0 Sharif 1. 1 Sharif 2. I'll get strings attached by numbers. Then you want to display? Go for it. Int index equal to 0. Index less than 2. Index plus plus. Console dot write line. Object 3 dot display of index. Done. Yes. But my interest now is I want this generic class to work only for value type. I want this generic class to work only for value type. Interesting thing. Only for value type. I want it to work only for value type. Okay. As you decided that it should work only for value type, Microsoft introduces generic class with something called constraint. How do you write? So we write where generic type colon. Thus, now your generic class is going to work only for value type. String object is there, that is error now. See the third object error. obj3 is error because you set struct there. So it is going to work only for value type. You are trying to put something called string, which is not possible. String is not possible because you remove where n colon struct you remove, constraint you remove, then valid. Perfect. It works for you. But when you say constraint for struct, only value types will work. Reference type doesn't work. Acha, another point. It's error already. Only error is for only we get error only for what? Integer. No, sorry, string. Compile, no? You'll get idea. It's going to work only for what? Yes. Only string has issue. Acha, if you go on top and if you write here n colon class, if you write now only reference type will work, value type will not work. Object 1, object 2 are errors. If you write struct, reference type will not work. If you write class, value value type will not work. Okay, that is what we have. Another option available. That is what the concept we have for generic with constraint. Multiple also we can write. Multiple constraint. Like this you can write. N, comma, U, universal. So there is an option where I can use multiple generics. N colon class. Again I can say where U colon. It means now it becomes a class that few members can be class type, few members can be of value type, reference type and value type. You can have in that way also. Multiple generic. That's it. We are done with generic. Next topic that we start is about collection. Next topic, that is collection. First point. Collections we use to overcome the drawback of arrays. And as far as collections in C Sharp is concerned, we have non-generic collections and generic collections. Two types. Non-generic, generic. Now, in non-generic collections, especially whatever we are going to study, as I said, that it is going to overcome the limitations of arrays. What limitations? Array always provides fixed size. That is one point. Array always provides what? Fixed size. And second, array always stores same type data. Fixed size, fixed size, and second, what is it? Stores same type data, same type. To overcome that problem only, they have introduced the concept of what? Collections. Real time maximum usage will be there of this topic called collections. Now, if you see a comparison between collections and arrays and collections, if you see the difference, simple analyzation. Arrays fixed in size, collections growable in nature. Collections. It means it's not fixed with size. That's what I mean. Then arrays store same type data. Collections can store different types of data. Already two differences. Arrays Array will not allow you to insert your element at required location. Array will not allow. If already you created array of 10 locations, in that 5 elements are stored. If you want to put one more element at your desired location, that is not possible for arrays, but you can do that for collections. Even there is no possibility in arrays to delete a specific element, not allowed. But collection supports to delete element from required location. So already you could very clearly make a point that we have four differences between arrays and collections. And to overcome all these problems as we go to work with collections, collections provide a specific namespace called system.collection. We have many classes in it, but as far as my experience is concerned to C Sharp.net, we don't need to know all those. Hardly two classes are there. Be thorough in it. That would be maximum used in real time in projects. What is it and all? I'll explain you. Complete. We'll come up with hierarchy of interfaces and classes that actually we use in collections. I'll get back to you on that part in detail. Okay, fine. So tomorrow's class will come up with that hierarchy, and then we'll come up with those two classes that which we use in collection.